Hi everyone, I'm just about to start my workout for today. Today I will be using one dumbbell. My dumbbell weighs 10 pounds, which is a good weight for me. You may need something lighter or heavier. That depends on your strength, on your level of fitness, what you have available to you, and how hard you're looking to push yourself today. So please make the decision that is best for you. Also, I will be doing push-ups on my dumbbell. My dumbbell is shaped like the hexagon, which means that it is flat on the bottom. Some dumbbells are round here, but they do have a flat bottom. That's fine. If your dumbbell is completely round here though, then please don't do push-ups on the dumbbell. It is not safe. It might roll around on you. I don't want anyone getting hurt. So if you have a dumbbell that's rounded, that's fine for everything except the push-ups. So when I am doing push-ups on my dumbbell, you will need to substitute with any other push-up variation you want that doesn't involve putting your entire body weight on a rounded dumbbell that might roll around on you and cause you to fall and chip a tooth or break a nose. We don't want any of that happening. So if you don't have a dumbbell that is flat on the bottom, then a kettlebell will definitely work. A medicine ball will also most likely work. It will work for the push-ups. It may or may not work for the other exercises. If it is small enough that you can grasp it in one hand with a firm grip, then it could work. If you don't have a kettlebell or a medicine ball that you can use, household items will work. A water bottle will work great. Not for the push-up, but for everything else, okay? So the bottom line is, any type of weight you want to use pretty much will work as long as you can hold it in one hand. If it is not flat on the bottom, then don't use it for the push-ups, but you can use it for everything else, okay? So go ahead and grab a dumbbell if you have one, or a kettlebell, or a medicine ball, or a household item like a bottle of water or a can of soup. I'm also going to be jumping rope at the very end of the workout. So if you have a jump rope and you want to jump rope with me, grab your jump rope as well. But if you don't have a jump rope, don't worry. You can still do the workout right along with me. You can either do the whole workout right up until I get to my jump rope section and then call it a day, just eliminate the jump rope section. That would be totally fine. Or you can just substitute with 10 minutes of any other cardio exercise while I'm jumping rope. Okay, so if you have an exercise bike or a treadmill, you could hop on one of those for 10 minutes. Or you could go for a jog. You could run a mile or 2 miles depending on how fast you run. So you could either run around your neighborhood, or this would be a great workout to take to the park if you have a park close by with like a dirt track around it. Or if you have access to the field at your local high school, that would be great because you could just run around the track. You could also just run around your neighborhood. That would be fine. If you live in an apartment complex, you could do up and down the stairs. I'm going to be doing sets of 100 with my jump rope, and I'm going to be doing 10 sets of 100. So it's going to take me plus or minus about 10 minutes or so. So 10 minutes or so of any type of cardio exercise you want to do is fine. So you could do up and down the stairs for 10 minutes, or up and down the bleachers if you're going to take this to your local high school track and field area. That would be fine. So you could do that for 10 minutes, or you could just say that once up and down the stairs or the bleachers is equivalent to one set of 100 with the jump rope, and just do 10 sets up and down the stairs. Get creative, use your space, use what's available to you. The point is just to do about 10 minutes of any type of cardio any way you want to get it done. So if you don't have a jump rope, don't worry. I will also be using my Oogie ball. I know that is a piece of equipment that most people don't have, but again, you don't need an Oogie ball. You don't need any equipment whatsoever. So I will show you that combo when we get there, but if you do have a ball, like my Oogie ball, or maybe even a balance ball or a Swiss ball, any elevated surface will work. So if you have a plyo box or a chair or a stool, just make sure if you're using something like a plyo box is designed for working out on, and it's pretty sturdy, it's not going to move around on you. A chair or a stool or a piano bench or an ottoman will totally work. Just make sure maybe that you have like an exercise mat available to put that on. If I was using a chair for this workout today, I would put it on my exercise mat so that it didn't slide around on me. But basically, any elevated surface will work as long as it is strong enough to hold your body weight and sturdy enough that it is not going to collapse, and stable enough that it's not going to slide from underneath you. So again, if you wanted to take this workout to the park, a park bench would work great. Or if you wanted to take it to your local high school, field, the bleachers would work. If you don't want to elevate your foot, if you don't have an elevated surface that's going to work, that's fine too. You can always very easily modify the exercise by just keeping your foot flat on the floor. So again, if you have no equipment and you don't want to elevate your foot, it's fine. You can still do the workout right along with me. I will walk you through that combo when we get there because I want to go ahead and get right into this. So let me just very quickly show you the first combo. It's going to be dragon lunges, which I call them dragon lunges. I think they're more commonly referred to as curtsy lunges. So if you picture that you are standing inside a box, what you're going to do is take one foot and you are going to lunge behind you and diagonally across your body towards that corner of the box, okay? Work to your own level. So if your range of motion only allows you to come here, totally fine, be here. If you have a larger range of motion and you are able to bend this back knee all the way down so that it touches the ground, fantastic, do that. Just make sure you're controlling the movement so you don't bang your knee into the ground and hurt yourself. Okay, and then we're just going to reverse the movement, returning to the starting position. We're going to be alternating legs. So now this is going to be my standing leg, and with the other foot, I'm going to again lunge behind me and across my body, diagonally across my body towards this corner of my box. Bend that knee, coming down as far as you can, controlling the movement, and return to the starting position. I'm going to be adding weight to that. So if you don't have anything that's going to work for weights, you need an equipment-free option, just do any variation dragon lunges you want. So you can add like a knee up, kind of find your balance here, and then switch sides, dragon lunge, hold the knee for a second, find your balance. You can do a leg raise, so you can lunge behind you and then lift the leg, alternating sides. Okay, so you can always add something to the dragon lunge. If you're not adding weight, that's up to you. Or you can just do dragon lunges, I really don't care. Let me wait for one more plane, and then I'll show you what I'm doing with my dumbbell. So here's how I'm doing the exercise. I'm going to start with my dumbbell up by one shoulder, okay? Now, the leg that's on the weighted side is going to lunge behind me and diagonally across my body. As I sink down into my dragon lunge, I am going to follow with the weight in that same direction, and I'm going to touch the weight down towards the outside of my standing foot, the foot of my standing leg. And then reverse the movement on the way back up. I'm going to return to my starting position, bringing the weight back up to my shoulder. Then, timer, it didn't break. It's fallen from there so many times. Then I'm going to lunge to the other side. So now this is going to be my standing leg. This is my lunging leg. I'm going to lunge behind me and diagonally across my body like this. Okay, so foot comes behind and across the body, sink into the lunge, and now on the way up, I'm going to press the dumbbell up overhead. Okay, so I'm going to be staying on the same side with the dumbbell for 50 sets. So real quickly, I'll put it together so you can see what it looks like. I'll put together and you can see the flow of it. So lunge and reach down with the dumbbell, return to the starting position. Lunge with the other leg and then return to the starting position and press the weight up overhead. That's one set. I'm going to be doing 50 sets of those. And then in between all of these combos, I'm going to be sneaking in a short little set of 10 push-ups. And then when I do my next 50 sets of dragon lunges, I will switch sides with the dumbbell. Okay, then we'll do more push-ups, and then I will get to the second combo. I'll show you that when we get there. It's very simple. And then I'll be finishing with jump rope. Okay, so the push-ups, let me just show you very quickly before we get started. Again, any push-up variation is fine. I'm going to be doing a push-up on the dumbbell. So I'm going to have the dumbbell in front of me like this. I'm going to have both hands on the dumbbell, one hand on each end of the dumbbell. And I'm going to do my push-ups from this position. So that's why your dumbbell needs to be flat on the bottom so it can't roll around on you while your body weight is on it. So if whatever weight you're using is round, either your dumbbells are rounded here or you're using a water bottle or something, just do any other push-up variation besides that, or besides a push-up variation where your weight is on the dumbbell. Got it? All right, let's go ahead and get started. So grab a plyo box or some other type of elevated surface if you have one. If you have one that is safe to use. If not, don't worry about it. Grab a mat or an exercise mat or a yoga mat or a towel, something that you can lie down uncomfortably, because you will need that for the second combo. Grab your jump rope if you have one, and if you're using one, grab your dumbbell or some other type of weight, kettlebell, medicine ball, a water bottle, if you have one, and if you would like to add weight to the workout, take a minute to make sure you're good and warmed up, and when you're ready, let's go. So my timer is set as a stopwatch. Time's going, here we go. So I'm doing sets of 10 with the push-ups. So coming down, hands on the dumbbell, I'm gonna do 10 push-ups. Okay, and now right into our first 50 sets of drag and lunge combos. So dumbbell up to the shoulder. I'm gonna first lunge this way, following with the dumbbell. Return to the starting position. Now lunge the other direction. Return to the starting position. Overhead press, that's one set. Okay, if 50 sets is too many for you, do 20 or 30 or however many is appropriate for your level of fitness. I'm going to do 50. I'm counting that as my first set. So here we go. Reach down with the weight. And overhead press. That's 2. Lunge. Overhead press, that's 3. 4. And 5. Keep going. That's 20 for me. My shoulder needs a break. So I'm gonna pause just for a minute or so, shake it off. From here, I would like to just try to see if I can do sets of 20 unbroken, sets of 10 unbroken. So picking up my count at 20, that means I would have to do 3 sets of 10. So I'm gonna do my best to get through this next set of 10 unbroken, and then I will rest again and try to do that twice more. So if you don't need the rest, if you have really strong shoulders and you don't need to rest right now, I'm jealous. Good for you. Then don't rest, keep going. You can always just skip ahead in the video if you finish before me. And if you need a longer rest, please take it, okay? You wanna keep your rest breaks as short as you can, but as long as you need, because if you continue before you're ready, if you continue on with the next set of 10 before you're ready, you're liable to lose a little something off your form. You're putting yourself at risk for injury and you're not getting the maximum benefits out of the exercises. So when you feel that you are ready to continue with proper form and that each of these next 10 reps will have integrity, then you can continue. If you need a longer rest break before you feel that you're ready to go on, you can pause the video. When you're ready, come back and let's start on our next set of 10. So lunge, touch the weight down to the side, lunge, overhead press. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. I'm going to take a short rest break now because I only did 10 on 20. So I hopefully won't need as much time to recover. I will say if you're doing this exercise with a kettlebell, I assume that you're snatching the kettlebell as you bring it back up to your shoulder. So it's going to be a much more difficult exercise using a kettlebell, so do your best, and you'll probably need to go slower than I am unless you're in phenomenal shape. But if you're using a kettlebell and you're snatching the kettlebell at the top, then I would anticipate maybe doing fewer reps or that it's going to take you longer because it's much more difficult with a kettlebell. I'm just using my dumbbell, so I'm going to go ahead and get started on my next 10 sets. That's 31. Sorry, I'll try not to count out loud. I mean, I won't count out loud. It's just hard to not lose track of where I am, but I'll zip my lips, so it's easier to keep track of my count if I'm not chit-chatting. Well, for me, that's why I don't like to count out loud. It's easier for me if I count out loud because if I don't count out loud, I frequently lose track of my count. But when I count out loud, it makes it easier for me to remember what number I'm on, because for some reason hearing it out loud kind of reinforces it. But I feel like if you're doing the workout with me right along with the video and you're not moving at the exact same pace I am, that's probably very distracting and annoying, and it makes you lose count of your reps. So I try not to do it. All right, that was 40 for me. I have just 10 left to go. So let's go ahead and get these done. Last 10 sets. And then after we complete these 50 sets on this side, I'm gonna sneak in another set of 10 push-ups. and then we'll be right back to this combo. We'll switch sides and do another 50 reps. So now I've been chit-chatting. I'm pretty sure that was 5 for me. So I think I have just 5 left to go. Okay, this is my last one. This is 50. Okay, so we're done with those on that side. Typically, with a workout like this, I would sneak in some cardio here. Like I would do a jump rope section before moving to the other side, but today I wanted to focus more on strength training, glutes, and upper body, core, always core. But I really am focusing today on glutes and upper body, chest, shoulders, arms. So I'm just gonna sneak in another set of 10 push-ups. So I'm going to do the same style, the same push-up variation for all of my sets of 10 push-ups. So you can stick with whatever push-up variation you did initially, or you can do a different push-up variation each time. That's totally up to you. But 10 push-ups, any variation you want. Here we go. Just make it short, regardless of what variation you choose, that you're minding your form on the push-ups. Don't let your hips drop down. Don't bob your head up and down. Okay, if you have any questions about proper form, please ask. I don't want you doing these exercises or any exercise unless you feel 100% confident that you know how to do them with proper form. So always, if I don't go over proper form in the video, it's either an oversight or because I just don't have time. So please always feel free to reach out. I'm always here to help. Ask questions if you have them. And please make sure that you know how to do the exercises with proper form before you begin the workout, please. So now I'm going to move on and do another 50 sets of our dragon lunge combo with the weight on the other side, okay? So it might take a few reps to kind of get it in your body, switching sides. I'm ambidextrous and I still find it very difficult. So be patient with yourself. I'll talk you through the first few reps. So now your dumbbell is on the other side. So this is my going to be my lunging leg for the first rep. And as I lunge behind me and diagonally across my body, the weight is going to follow in that direction, and it's going to not touch all the way down necessarily, but it's going to, I'm going to bring it to the outside of the foot on this standing leg. Then return to the starting position. Now I'm going to lunge with the other leg. So this leg is going to come behind me and diagonally across my body. Return to the starting position, overhead press. Okay, so I'm not counting that one because it was super slow. Let's go ahead. I'll talk you through the first few real reps. Let's go ahead and get these started. We have to do 50 sets of these on this side now. So make sure your dumbbell's on the opposite side of whatever side you had it on in part one. Starting by lunging with the foot that's on the same side as the dumbbell. So dragon lunge, bring the weight down. Return to the starting position. Dragon lunge to the other side. Come back to your starting position. Overhead press, that's one. Touch the weight down. Lunge to the other side. Overhead press, that's two. Okay, so remember that with your first lunge, that's three. Your lunging leg is going to be the same side where your dumbbell is, that's four. And on that lunge, you're going to follow, that's 5. Follow, that arm's gonna follow in the same direction that the leg is lunging. 6. And then with your second lunge, you're gonna lunge with the opposite foot, keeping the weight on your shoulder while you're lunging, pressing it up overhead. Is that 7? After you return to your starting position, okay? 8. 9. 10. I'm going to pause just for a second, just for a few seconds here. Less than 20 seconds. And then I'm going to do sets of 10 from here on out. Taking a very short rest break here because I've only done 10 sets. So I shouldn't need too long of a rest break, but I think I wasted too much energy chit-chatting, so I'm going to zip it and do another 10 sets. When you're ready, here we go. So that's 20 for me. I'm gonna rest for a minute. I feel like my heart rate is not especially elevated. I feel like my glutes and my quads are feeling strong still. And I could keep lunging, but it's this arm and shoulder need a little bit of a rest to regain some more strength. This dumbbell is starting to feel a lot heavier than 10 pounds. So, when you feel that you have rested sufficiently, that you can continue with good form, let's go ahead and start our next set of 10 when you're ready. If you need a longer rest break, pause the video and just come back when you're ready to start another set of 10. That's 30 for me. I have just 2 more sets of 10. Then we're gonna do another quick set of 10 push-ups, and then we'll move on to our second and final combo, which again is gonna be working glutes and shoulders. So when you're ready, I'm gonna go ahead and start On my next set of 10, picking up my count, 30. Here we go. That's my 40th set. I have one more set of 10 to go. I just need a good 30 or 40 seconds or so. Try to keep it as short as I can, but I need a few seconds to rest my shoulder. Again, my glutes and my legs are feeling strong, but this shoulder's getting very fatigued. All right, it's just 10 more. I'm gonna go for it. I think that was about 30 or 40 seconds. I didn't look at my timer, but it felt like about 30 or 40. So I think that should be sufficient for me to finish these last 10 sets. I guess we'll find out. If I need to pause in the middle, I'll pause in the middle. 2. All right, that was 50 for me. We are done with those. We are not done with overhead presses though, so get ready. Part 2, or the next combo I should say, is gonna be just as brutal, but we got this. So now another quick set of 10 push-ups. Any push-up variation you want. Just remember not to let your hips drop. Okay, so none of this. If your hips are up slightly, I'm actually fine with that. You're not gonna hurt yourself, but ideally you would want from your heels to your shoulders in one straight line, and you wanna maintain that position all the way down. So bend your elbows, bringing your chest down as far as you can go. Once you've gotten as far as you can go, then reverse the movement, straighten your elbows and push yourself back up. But if you can't bring your chest down all the way, please do not try to compensate for that by bringing your hips down or by bobbing your head down, okay? Keep your neck stationary. Keep your head still and neutral, okay? And keep your body in one straight line, lowering your chest down as far as you can, okay? 10 push-ups. Any variation you want. When you're ready, here we go. So now, I'm going to be doing glute bridge raises. So grab a mat or a towel. Unless you're working out on a carpeted floor. If you're working out on a carpeted floor, you may not need anything, but if you're working out on a wood floor or outdoors, on concrete, or maybe even on grass, just make sure that you have something you can lie down on comfortably. And grab your elevated surface if you would like to use an elevated surface. So I am using my Oogie ball as my elevated surface. This adds difficulty in two ways. Elevating the foot adds difficulty, even if you're on a stable surface like a plyo box, or a chair, or a stool, or a park bench, or bleachers. But the instability of the ball adds even more of a challenge. So that's why I like my Oogie ball for this exercise. I'm going to start with one foot on the ball, and the other foot is going to be flat on the floor. And I'm just going to do a glute bridge raise. So I'm going to press this foot into the ball and raise my hips up as high as I can, okay? And then I'm going to control the movement down, lowering the hips, and then I'm going to do a weighted sit-up and an overhead press with my foot still on the ball, okay? So one foot is still on the ball. The weight is going to be right here at my shoulder. I'm holding the weight on the same side as the elevated foot, okay? And now again, pressing this foot into the ball. I'm going to sit up and press the weight up overhead. And then I'm going to reverse the movement, bringing the weight back down to my shoulder and returning to my starting position, okay? So, glute bridge raise and a sit up with an overhead press, okay? Glute bridge raise and sit up, pressing the weight up overhead. If you don't want to add weight, then you can do this, okay? Glute bridge raise, and then just take your non-standing leg, or the leg that's not elevated, lift it straight up, come up and touch the toes, okay? So, your equipment-free version can look like this, or non-weighted version can look like this. Glute bridge raise, toe touch. Glute bridge raise, toe touch, okay? And if you don't have an elevated surface that's going to work, this can all be done with both feet flat on the ground in front of you, okay? So, with a weight, it will look like this. Glute bridge raise, weighted sit up with an overhead press. Glute bridge raise, sit up, okay? Equipment-free version, glute bridge raise, single leg toe touch, glute bridge raise, single leg toe touch. Staying on the same side for the entire set of 50, because we're going to do this twice, and you will alternate sides with each set of 50. So, if 50 sets is too many for you, remember that you can always do fewer. You can cut the sets in half and do 25 on each side. Same thing with the push-ups. If 10 push-ups is too many, you can do 5 push-ups. Always remember that you can increase or reduce the amount of reps, you can increase or reduce the amount of weight, make whatever changes, whatever modifications you need to make the workout work for you, to suit your strength, to suit your level of fitness, to suit whatever equipment you have available to you or don't have available to you, to fit into whatever time constraints you have, okay? I'm just showing you what I'm doing. You are, of course, invited to do exactly what I'm doing right along with me, but you should always feel free to make whatever changes or modifications you need to make, okay? So that's the combo. You've got your equipment-free versions and your weight-free versions. So when you are ready, grab your weight if you have one and if you're using one. Elevate your foot on your strong, stable, sturdy, elevated surface if you have access to one and if you're using one. And when you are ready, let's get started with 50 sets of our little combo. So, glute bridge raise. Sit up, press the weight up overhead, that's 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, and keep going to 20 or 25 or 40 or 50 or however far you're going. That's 20 for me. Again, my arm and my shoulder need a little bit of a rest. So I'm going to pause, and from here, I think I'll do exactly the way I approached the first combo. And just after 20, breaking up the last 30 sets into sets of 10. Okay? I don't know why I am having such trouble saying words today. I feel like I can't get a single thought out cleanly. It's just one of those days. All right. So one more thing I don't think I mentioned is that on your glute bridge raise, so you want to press, actively press this heel into the ball or elevated surface or the floor, ground in front of you, and lift your hips as high as you can. Make sure that you are really squeezing those glutes at the top, okay? Lift your hips absolutely as high as you can, okay? Really press them up there and make sure you're squeezing those glutes at the top, okay? You really want to feel those glutes. So, I have taken a good, 2 minutes rest almost? So I should have plenty of strength to complete the next 10 sets. If I don't, it's okay, I'm gonna do my best. I would like to get through the next set of 10 unbroken if I can. If not, I'll pause halfway. It's no big deal. We're gonna get the reps done, okay? So break them up however you need to. And again, if you need a longer rest break, you can pause the video. When you're ready to come back, I'm gonna go ahead and start my next set of 10. So I'm picking up my count at 20, glute bridge raise, sit up, and press the dumbbell overhead. It's 21 for me. So that's 30 for me. I have to do just 2 more sets of 10. Just need to rest for a few seconds. Shake out this right arm. Stretch the shoulders a little bit. And give myself time to regain a little bit of strength so that I can tackle the next set of 10 and hopefully complete another set of 10 unbroken if I can. Not gonna kill myself. If I start to lose too much off of my form or my arm starts to get too fatigued, then I will pause and rest halfway. But I'm going to try my best to do another set of 10 unbroken. So I'm picking up my count at 30. So glute bridge raise, sit up, overhead press, that's 31. That's 40. I have just 10 left to do. I tend to kind of scooch back while I'm doing these, so I'm just readjusting. One thing I didn't mention when I was demonstrating the exercise, because it's not necessarily like part of what we're doing, but it's part of what I'm doing, is that you'll notice with my free hand, or maybe you didn't notice it, I'm kind of guiding the weight. I'll point it out when I begin this final set of 10. It's still this arm that's doing all the work. I'm not using this arm to help lift the weight or to lower it down. I just am placing it there to kind of guide it and help me control the movement a little bit. But you can use that free hand as much as you need to. If your the arm that's working is getting too fatigued and you can't lift the weight up anymore, just use it as much as you need to, but as little as you can. So the weight starts up here on my shoulder. I'm gonna start on my final set of 10 right now, and I'll point out what I'm talking about with these first few reps. So glute bridge raise. And now I'm bringing this free hand up to the dumbbell as I sit up. And now this hand is doing, or this arm is doing all the work as I press the weight up overhead. But as I bring it down, I'm putting this hand here to kind of help guide the weight back down. So I'm not using this hand to help me lift the dumbbell, but you can if you need a little help as you get fatigued. And you can use it, it's 2, I don't want to lose track of my count, to help yourself lower the weight down so that you're able to control the movement a little bit better. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. So that's 43 for me. I have to do 7 more. We're right there. Let's keep going. 44. 45. Last 5. 46. 49, last one. And 50. Okay. Good job, those are tough. I think they're a lot tougher than they look. So if you started out doing the weighted version and your weight became too heavy as you were progressing through the 50 sets of that exercise, you can always switch to a lighter weight, or you can drop the weight altogether and start doing the weight-free version. That's up to you. So we are almost finished. We have to do another 50 sets of that little combo on the other side. But first we're gonna sneak in one more quick little set of 10 push-ups. Minding your form. Any push-up variation you would like to do is fine. I'm sticking with push-ups on the dumbbell. 10 reps. When you're ready, here we go. Okay, and now resetting. One final time for another set of 50 of our glute, bridge, hip raise, and weighted sit-up overhead press combo. That's so many words, but you know what we're doing. It's the same combo we just did. We're just switching sides. So, last time I had this foot on the ball and I was holding the dumbbell in this hand. So now we're gonna switch. I'll have this foot on the ball. I'll lie down on my mat and bring the dumbbell up to the shoulder on the same side as the foot that's elevated. Okay, so now again, we just did 50 sets on this side, so the first few reps may be a little awkward. You may struggle to find your balance and to get it in your body. It's okay. We'll go slowly through the first few reps, and then after you start to adjust, you can pick up the pace a little bit, okay? So, pressing this heel into the ball, lifting the hips as high as you can, squeezing those glutes. Now controlling the movement on the way down. Don't just let the hips fall, but control the movement down. Now, you're gonna sit up and press the weight up overhead. And now controlling the movement, lower the weight back down, sit back down, return to your starting position. That's one, okay? Lift the hips, sit up, press the weight overhead. That's two, got it? So once you feel like it's starting to get in your body on this side and start to pick up the pace a little bit, that's three. I feel like I can't get my ball exactly where I want it. But I'm counting those 3 reps and picking up my reps at 3. All right, here we go. That's 10 for me. This is my weaker side, even though I am ambidextrous. And I write left-handed and I eat left-handed. I'm still stronger on my right side, like most people, so, and it's always my inclination to start on my right side. So now, after having done 50 sets of these on the right side, plus all that other crap we did prior to this, being more fatigued, Now I'm having to tackle 50 sets on my weaker side. So instead of doing my first 20 without stopping, I'm taking a rest break after just my first 10 sets. But now I'm starting on my next set of 20, or my next set of 10, so that was 12 for me. 13. So just go at your own pace. If this is your weaker side, 14. And be patient with yourself. 19. And 20. Taking another rest break. Scooching my little booty back down closer to my ball. Yeah, so if this is your weaker side, please be patient with yourself. At this point of the workout, it's completely normal that you would start to slow down, that you would start feeling the fatigue, and that this last set of 50 might not go as quickly as the first set of 50. That's fine. Just be patient with yourself. Go at your own pace. Don't rush through the reps. Don't sacrifice your form. Reduce the amount of reps if you need to. That's fine. Do whatever works for you. Just make sure that each rep has integrity, that you're using the proper form, okay? And that you're controlling the movement. Be mindful so that you're getting the maximum intended benefits out of each exercise and so that you're not going to hurt yourself, okay? So, I've completed 20. I'm going to start my next set of 10. When you're ready, here we go. That's 30 for me. So I've completed 3 sets of 10. I have 2 more to go. So we're getting there. If you don't need to keep stopping and resting, then don't. You can keep going. You know what we're doing. We're going to complete the last 20 reps of, or 20 sets of this little combo. And then we're going to do 10 more push-ups and then your cardio section. Okay, whatever you want to do for cardio. If you want to stay with the video and you're faster than I am, then you'll just have to skip ahead. Okay, this arm, the shoulder, and this elbow are so fatigued. But I'm going to continue. I'm going to start my next set of 10. I just have 2 more sets of 10 to go, so when you're ready, let's go ahead and start our next set of 10. Picking up my count at 30. 35 for me, 5 more, and I'll rest again. 36. 37. 38. 39. One more. That's 40. Just 10 more to go. Shake it off. Give that shoulder a little stretch. Okay. I could probably benefit from a few more seconds of rest, but I want to get these done. I'm so close. So I'm going to go ahead and start on my final set of 10. And again, if I get too fatigued and I feel like I can't get through the whole set of 10 unbroken, I will pause in the middle. Remember, you always have the option of switching to a lighter weight or eliminating the weight if you cannot complete 50 sets safely with the weight, okay? If you're losing strength and it's getting too difficult to press the weight up overhead, then it might be a wise idea to ditch the weight, because I don't want you dropping the weight on your face. That would be bad. So please be safe. Make the decision that is best for you. That's 43 for me. 44. 45. I have just 5 sets left to go. Then we're going to complete our final set of push-ups. That's 46. And then our cardio, and then we're all done. 47. 48. Last 2 sets. 49, just one more. Squeeze those glutes. 50. All right. We are done with the bridge raises. It's 50 on each side. So, before I move on to my final section, my little jump rope section, which is going to be about another 10 minutes or so, I'm going to sneak in one final rep of push-ups. So again, I'm doing the same variation I've been doing the whole workout. Push-ups on the dumbbell. You can do any push-up variation you would like. 10 reps. When you're ready, here we go. That's kind of a tough push-up variation. That's why I'm only doing sets of 10. And that's why I'm really glad it's over. So now, last bit is about 10 minutes of cardio. Okay, I'm doing sets of 100 with my jump rope. I kind of jog in place while I jump rope, so you can even just jog in place with me and pretend you're jumping rope without actually jumping over anything. That's fine. If you're more comfortable jumping with your feet together, you can jump rope with your feet together, or you can just do this, pretending that you're jumping rope with your feet together. Okay, so that's always a possibility if you don't have a jump rope. Any style of jump rope you want to do is fine. So if you're really good at jump rope, you can do high knees, or jump rope jacks, or twist jumps, or side to side jumps. Any variation you want to do is fine. And like I said, I'm doing sets of 100, meaning 100 revolutions of the jump rope. I'm doing 10 sets of 100 for a total of 1,000 revolutions. Breaking them up into sets of 100 works well for me. So if you need to break them up further, you can do sets of 20 or 50. If you want to do longer sets, you can do longer sets. If you want to do all 1,000 reps without stopping, go for it. It's totally up to you, but this is going to take me plus or minus about 10 minutes. So again, you can substitute with 10 minutes of any other type of cardio you want. If you don't have a jump rope, I'm going to be doing sets of 100. So when you are ready, let's go ahead. We're on the home stretch. Let's start our final section. So I'm counting revolutions of the rope, and I'm going to 100. So you're going to count like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So that's my first set of 100. I'm marking a little slash, so I don't lose track of how many sets I've done. So I'm going to do that 9 more times, okay? So I'm counting 100 revolutions of the rope. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. That's set number 2. I'm marking out a little slash. All right. So 8 more just like that. set number 8 already, just 2 more to go. I'm trying to keep the breaks in between sets as short as I possibly can. That was my 10th and final set of 10. So altogether, today this workout took me 1 hour, 3 minutes and 23 seconds. So I definitely think the next time I do this workout, I can finish it in under an hour, and I will make that my goal. But for today, I was talking you through the combo and you know, took a few extra minutes, so I'm good with 103.23. It was a great workout, and I got the reps done. That's the important part. We are almost finished. No workout of mine is ever complete until we have done our bonus burpee, so we have just 1 rep left to go. However, when I do a jump rope workout, in addition to my bonus burpee, I also like to do 1 little quick bonus set of 100 with my jump rope. So if you would like to join me for a little bonus, we're just gonna do another set of 100. So counting 100 more revolutions of the rope, if you would like to join me. Here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So that's our little jump rope bonus. And now we have just 1 rep left to go. Let's do our bonus burpee together, and then the workout will be officially complete. Final rep of the day. Here we go. All right, that's it. That's the workout. I thought this workout was great. I really enjoyed it a lot. I hope you liked it too. If you did this workout with me today, thank you so much. Please let me know what you thought of it and how you did. Thank you to everyone who's been working out with me lately. And if you're not working out with me, but you're just watching the videos, thank you for watching. Thank you to those of you who are watching all the way to the end and commenting with the secret code phrase of the day. Today's secret code phrase of the day is, I'll roll down the window. So if you're still watching, thank you. Thank you again for watching. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. And please let me know that someone is still watching by going down to the comment section and leaving me a comment that says, I'll roll down the window. Thank you to all of my new subscribers. If you are not subscribed already, please subscribe. And if you've been subscribed for years, thank you very much. I appreciate all of you so much. Thank you for liking and sharing the videos. Thank you for all of your wonderful, supportive, and engaging comments. That is it for today, and I will see you all next time. Bye.